Good evening students, welcome to basic electrical lectures. So now in this lecture we are going to study series RL circuit. It is class number 5, so module 2. So to understand series RL circuit we need to know concept of impedance. So that is explained in the previous video. Before watching this video I request students to watch class number 4. Topic is concept of impedance. After that watch this video, you will understand clear cut. Okay, so what do you mean by series RL circuit? The circuit consisting of resistance and inductance are connected in series across the supply voltage. Okay, that is called series RL circuit. So now you apply some voltage. So V is equal to instantaneous voltage Vm sine omega t. So it is RMS voltage. Okay. AC is vector quantity. So we need to represent, this indicates vector quantity. So resistance R, inductance L and some current flows. Okay. So this current into resistance, you will get voltage across resistor is VR. And this current into inductor, inside the inductor, inductive reactance will be there. Okay. So that reactance into this current, you will get voltage drop across inductor. So therefore we can write the overall voltage connected across the circuit is equal to voltage across resistor plus voltage across inductor. So take this equation number 1. What is VR? VR is equal to, you should write a sentence here, voltage drop across resistor. Okay, VR is nothing but voltage drop across resistor. What we can write? IR. Next, what is VL? You write a sentence, voltage drop across inductor, and that is I into XL. You write XL, inductive reactance, because its unit is ohms. Don't write I into L, because unit of inductance is Henry. Okay. So by using this, so now draw the phasor diagram. Before drawing phasor diagram, what is the reference I should take? Okay. In pure resistive circuit, pure inductive and pure capacitor circuit, those circuits are neither series nor parallel. We can take anything as a reference. So for all such circuit, I taken voltage as a reference. Then I determine current in pure resistive, current in inductive circuit, current in capacitive circuit. So that is neither series nor parallel circuit. But when the circuit is series, you have to take current as reference. Okay. Now take current as reference. So taking current as a reference, so this is very much important. Now I have taken current as reference. So all reference will lies on x-axis. Next, whenever current flow through the resistor, voltage drop across the resistor will takes place. So due to resistance, what is the angle between voltage and current? 0 degree. So therefore, the voltage drop across resistor, that is VR, is in phase with the current because of assume pure resistive circuit. In pure resistive circuit, angle between voltage and current is 0 degree. Okay. So the voltage drop across the resistor coincides with the current axis. Next, what about inductor? With respect to current, voltage across inductor leads the current by 90 degree. The voltage across inductor leads the current by 90 degree. But joining these two vectors, from this point draw a line parallel to this vector of same length. Okay. Next, from this point draw a line parallel to this vector of same length. So by drawing like that, you will get a resultant vector. So this resultant vector is nothing but overall voltage connected across the circuit. Now the angle between voltage and the current is nothing but phase angle phi. Now give the namings O, A and B. See guys, if it is only resistance circuit, the angle between voltage and current is 0 degree. If it is only inductive circuit, the phase angle between voltage and current is 90 degree. But due to combination of R and N, the phase angle between voltage and current lies between 0 to 90 degrees. Okay, it is neither 0 nor 90. In between you get angle. Okay, due to combination of these two elements. Understood? So now we can write voltage triangle. So before that, apply Pythagoras theorem for this right angled triangle OAB. Applying Pythagoras theorem for this, what I can write? Okay, OB square can be written as OA square plus AB square. Okay, so therefore I can write OB is equal to square root of OA square plus AB square. So what is OB? What is O2B? V, voltage connected across the circuit. This is called vector additions. Okay, in DC you can do direct addition. This voltage plus this voltage is equal to supply voltage in DC. Directly you can add. In AC you should do vector addition. Okay, so whole square root of what is OA? OA square is what? What is the vector OA? Voltage drop across the resistor. So VR square plus what is AB? What is A to B? This length and this length both are same. So AB is VL square. Now we know that V is equal to square root of what is voltage across the resistor? I into R. So I into R whole square plus what is voltage across inductor? Very good. I into XL whole square. Now V is equal to, now this becomes I square into R square, I square into XL square. If I take I square of both the terms outside the root, then it becomes I only. Okay, I whole square root of R square plus XL square. So now the component, so I will write here itself, Z is equal to square root of R square plus XL square. This is nothing but magnitude of impedance. So this component is nothing but magnitude of impedance. Therefore, V is equal to, I can write I into Z. So what is overall voltage connected across the circuit? I into Z. Okay. But in DC circuit, what you will write? Voltage V is equal to I into R. Okay. In AC circuit, you remember Z. Okay. For pure resistive circuit, Z itself R. Okay. For pure inductive circuit, Z is equal to plus JXL. For pure capacitive circuit, Z is equal to minus JXC. Whenever capacitor is there, you write minus J. Inductor, you write plus J. Understood, guys? So, what is the overall voltage connected to the circuit? Current into impedance. Guys, all these quantities are RMS value. Okay. So, this is voltage RMS, current also RMS, and this Z is magnitude. This Z is nothing but magnitude, and that is also in RMS quantity. Okay. V is equal to I into Z. Pause the video and then copy down. See now before starting next topic, so now draw the, so in this they won't ask much theory on all these topics because they will ask problems directly on this type of circuits. So there are some technical terms, we must be very familiar by knowing those terms so that we can do confidently problems. Okay. So first one, voltage triangle. So voltage triangle. So what do you mean by voltage triangle? Means all the sides in triangle, 3 sides should be there, all the sides should be voltage. That is voltage triangle. So now draw this triangle once again. Okay, this triangle you rewrite. So rewriting that triangle, okay, so you will get like this. Okay, O, okay, B and A. What is this component? VR. What is this component? VL. What is this component? V. What is the angle between this two? This angle between this is pi, phase angle pi. Guys, now you apply power factor formula cos pi. Now relate these two quantities. What do you mean by power factor? The angle between voltage and current is nothing but power factor. Since voltage across resistor lies on current axis, so So therefore, you can take this, between this angle will be same. Angle between VR is same, and also angle between V and I is also same, because this is coincident with the current. So now cos pi can be written as, this is adjacent side, opposite side, hypotenuse side. What is cos pi? Adjacent by hypotenuse. What is adjacent? VR. What is hypotenuse? V. So this is the equation for power factor. You can find power factor of the circuit by knowing voltage values. Okay, this is one type. Now you represent this voltage triangle in rectangular form and polar form. See, now write the quadrant diagram. So this is positive real axis, this is negative real axis, and this component is negative imaginary axis, and this component is positive imaginary axis. Now I am writing in rectangular form. In rectangular form I can write, see, rectangular form is what? It is having real part and imaginary part. So what is the real part? VR. Okay, plus imaginary part. Imaginary part. What is imaginary part here? VL. So what is this axis? Plus J axis. This component VL lies in plus J axis. Therefore you should write plus J. What is the component? VL. Okay. So VR plus JVL is equal to what? V only. Is equal to overall voltage connected across the circuit, but this is in rectangular form. Okay, this equation is in rectangular form. Now in polar form, your overall voltage connected across the circuit is equal to R at an angle of pi. It is default. This is default. How to calculate R? R is calculated by using this equation. Real component square plus imaginary square. What is real square? VR square. Plus what is imaginary square? VL square. Imaginary square is VL. VL square. This is, see, R is calculated by using this term. Okay, for this triangle, for this technical terms, if it is, for example, 5 plus J6, you should write 5 square plus 6 square. That's it. It may be impedance triangle or voltage triangle or power triangle. Then angle pi is calculated by this relation, minus tan inverse of imaginary component divided by real component. What is imaginary component? VL divided by real component is VR. So this is the way to calculate converting rectangular form into polar form. All these are very much important while solving problems. Okay, got it? Understood, guys? Fine. So V is equal to R at an angle of pi. R value is this one and pi value is this one. Okay, fine. This is about first term. First technical term is voltage triangle. Then next, second one, impedance triangle. Okay, B, impedance triangle. So this is also very much important. Impedance triangle. See now, look at here. What is voltage across resistor? I into R. What is voltage across inductor? I into XL. What is overall voltage? I into Z. Now divide all the sides by current. Divide all the sides by current. So dividing all the sides by current get cancelled. So before start writing here, I told you to pause the video and copy down this triangle. Okay, phasor diagram. Okay, fine. So what is left now? R, XL and Z is left. Now rewrite the same triangle. Rewrite the same triangle. Okay, what is the real part? Resistance. What is the imaginary part? XL. What is the overall? Overall is Z. Okay. See, in impedance triangle, every term should be, okay, having a unit of ohms only. So what is the unit of resistance? Ohms. What is the unit of inductive reactance? Ohms. What is the unit of impedance? Ohms. Everything should be ohms only. Now you apply power factor formula. Power factor is equal to cos pi, adjacent by hypotenuse. So cos pi is equal to what? R by Z. In plus 2 you might have stick on this definition. Power factor is equal to R by Z for RL, RC and RLC circuit. So this is also, from this also you can calculate power factor. Okay, from voltage values also you can calculate power factors. Okay, fine. Now represent in rectangular form. Overall impedance Z is equal to, okay, see, draw the quadrant diagram. So this lies on plus J axis. This will be comes under minus J for positive real, negative real axis. So now Z is equal to, now this R lies on where? Positive axis. Okay, real axis. Now what is XL? Lies on plus J. Write that imaginary component plus J. What is the value? XL. Okay, therefore impedance in rectangular form for series RL circuit is equal to, Z is equal to R plus J XL. So please write here, it is in rectangular form. Okay. Now in polar form default, every time I write R at an angle pi only. So this value is going to change depending on what I am explaining on the particular triangle. Okay. Don't write R is equal to again this one only. Now I am writing R for this real and imaginary component. How to calculate R? Square root of real square plus XL square. So what I said earlier, square root of R square plus XL square is what? Magnitude of impedance. See, once I convert rectangle into polar form, it will be having magnitude and angle. The magnitude value is in RMS. Okay, and this is phase angle. What is the value of R? Square root of R square plus XL square. Then how to calculate pi? Pi is equal to tan inverse of imaginary by real. What is imaginary? XL divided by R. So this gives, okay, this gives about impedance triangle. Guys, pause the video and then copy down voltage triangle, okay, and then impedance triangle. So next one more is there, that is called power triangle. So how much power is consumed in this circuit? So before finding power triangle, writing power triangle, we have to derive how much power is consumed in series RL circuit. We can derive it. Once it is completed, then we can draw power triangle. Okay. So next, I am determining power consumed in series RL circuit. What is power equation? Voltage into current. Okay, what I can write voltage? Vm sin omega t into what is the current? Im sin omega t minus pi. See, I written reference current here. With respect to current, what about voltage? Voltage is leading by this angle pi. Okay. So, but in derivation, while doing derivation, what I done? I taken reference voltage. With respect to this voltage, current falls this voltage by minus pi at an angle of pi. Means now take this is the reference. Voltage is the reference. With respect to voltage, what about current? Current lags by minus pi. Okay. Lags nothing but negative sign. Okay, got it? Otherwise, according to this, if you want to write, means you should write omega Vm sin omega t plus pi. Voltage you write omega t plus pi, and current you write Im sin omega t only. Okay, that is also correct. See, now multiply this. Multiplying that, you will get Vm into Im sin omega t into sin omega t minus pi. Now this terms, okay, sin A into sin B. So these two terms are in the form of sin A sin B. What is sin A sin B formula? 1 by 2 within the bracket cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Okay, this is the formula. Apply that formula here. Therefore, power is equal to Vm Im divided by 2 within the bracket cos A minus B. What is A value? Omega t is A value. Omega t minus B is B value. So A value is omega t minus omega t minus pi. Okay, cos A minus B is over. Then minus cos A plus B. A is omega t and B is omega t minus pi. Now simplify this. So Vm Im divided by 2 within the bracket. See now omega t minus omega t get cancelled. Now minus into minus is what? Cos pi. Okay, then minus cos omega t 2 omega t minus pi. Okay, got it? Now multiply these two components. Now power is equal to resolved into two components. Vm Im by 2 cos pi minus Vm Im divided by 2 into cos 2 omega t minus pi. Now the power is resolved into two components, component 1 and component 2. Component 1 is average component and component 2 is fluctuating component. Component 2 is fluctuating component. What do you mean by fluctuating component? The trigonometric terms is having double frequency. So we have 2 omega t, that is double frequency. So if you integrate the fluctuating component over one cycle, its average value always 0. So if I integrate this over one cycle 0 to 2 pi, its average value always 0. What I said, that sentence you write here. If we integrate the fluctuating component over one cycle, its average value always 0. Okay. So next therefore, continue. Therefore, power is consumed only by average component. Therefore, power is consumed only by average component. Hence, I can write like this: Vm Im by 2 into cos pi. What I can write next step? Vm by root 2. This 2 I am modifying as root 2 into root 2. So Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2 into cos pi. Guys, what is Vm by root 2? VRMS or V average? Very good. VRMS. RMS value writing capital letters. What is Im by root 2? IRMS. Very good. IRMS. Write capital letter into cos pi. Into cos pi. What is the unit? Watts. So this is called, this is the equation for power consumed in series RL circuit. What is the equation? Vi cos pi. Guys, the same equation I am going to cross check all type of circuits now. What we learned? Resistive, inductive and capacitive. In resistive circuit, what is the, this see, this pi indicates angle between voltage and current. Angle between voltage and current indicates pi value. So pure resistive circuit, what is the angle between voltage and current? 0 degree. What is cos 0? 1. 1 into Vi is what? Vi. So if it is only pure resistive circuit, what is power consumed? Voltage into current. That's it. Next, pure inductive circuit. Now pure inductive circuit, what is the angle between voltage and current? 90 degree. Put pi is equal to 90. What is cos 90? 0. 0 into something? 0. Therefore, pure inductor never consumes power. Next, pure capacitor. What is the angle between voltage and current in pure capacitor? 90 degree. What is cos 90? 0. 0 into something? 0. So therefore, pure inductor and capacitor never consumes power. See, we got all analysis in this one equation. Understood? So pause the video and then copy it out. If they ask a theory question in exam, they are going to ask this equation. Okay, this derivation they are going to ask. Show that in a series RL circuit, power consumed is equal to P is equal to Vi cos pi. This equation they will give. For series RL circuit, they will ask this one derivation. Okay guys, pause the video and then copy down. Okay, so next part, so we can write power triangle. Please pause the video and then copy down. So guys, shall I erase this? Original phasor diagram. See, once you understand this theory, problems will be very, very easy. Otherwise, very difficult. Okay, next look at here. Power triangle. Next is number C. A is voltage triangle, B is impedance, and then C, power triangle. See, we have three types of power. Okay, one is called total power, another is active power, one more is reactive power. See, the meaning is, see, if I give, suppose if you take electric iron box, okay, it is rated 1000 watts. It is rated 1000 watts and they will give 230 volt and sorry, okay, 200 volt, 5 ampere. Simply multiply this to get total power. So, but when the iron box is connected to the supply, when the iron box is connected to the supply, out of 1000 watts, 950 watt is consumed. 950 watt only consumed. That is called active power. The amount of power is used. That is called active power. And remaining 50 wattage is getting wasted in the form of heat. In the form of heat. So that power is called wasteful power. See, if I generate some amount of power, you cannot utilize entire. Okay, entire power you cannot utilize. That is possible only in pure resistive circuit. Okay. So got it? So regarding that, we have three types of power. So that can be identified as, see guys, whenever inductor is there, you write plus J. Okay. Now what I represented overall voltage in rectangular form. See guys, it is not looking good writing every time arrow mark for each and every voltage vectors, voltage and current vectors. It is understood that AC quantity is represented in vector form. Okay. So now onwards, don't stick on this. Okay. Since you are first year, so don't give much importance for this. However, in triple E branch students, in field theory, you have to represent, okay, arrow mark, it is vector, it is scalar, like that. Some notations will be there. See now, for equation 1, multiply both the sides by current. Okay, after completing this, you write this one. So for equation 1, multiply both the sides by current. So what you will get? Now VR into I plus J. What is VL? Okay, VL multiply by current. See now from the voltage triangle, so look at here, I will write here itself. From the voltage triangle, what is this? VR. Okay, this is VL and this is V. Apply cos pi formula. What is cos pi? VR by V. What I can write VR? V cos pi. I can write VR is equal to what? V cos pi. So then next similarly, sin pi relation. What is sin pi? VL by V. Opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is VL, hypotenuse is V. So therefore, what I can write VL? V times of sin pi. See now substitute these relations. VR value here and VL value here. Therefore, you will get following types of power. So VI left hand side, and what about VR? V cos pi into I. I am writing in correct order. VI cos pi plus J. What is VL? V sin pi into current. That I am writing in order. VI sin pi. See, product of voltage and current is nothing but total power or apparent power. It is denoted by capital letter S. And this power is nothing but real power, true power, active power, useful power, average power. All are same meaning. Then plus J. VI sin pi is reactive power or wasteful power. Okay. So VI sin pi is imaginary power. Okay, it is imaginary power, that is denoted by Q. Now I return the power in complex power. Okay, the total power is having two components, real component and imaginary component. What is the representation of this power? I represented the total power in rectangular form. Okay, now you can draw this power triangle. Same triangle you rewrite. Okay, this is P value, real partner, plus JQ. Okay, this is reactive power and this is apparent power. The angle between them is pi. So now write the quadrant diagram. This is real axis and this will be plus J axis. So first you write the power in rectangular form, P plus JQ. P is real, JQ is imaginary. So what is the format? Rectangular form. Now polar form, S is equal to, default you write R at an angle pi. What is our magnitude of the Now you are finding magnitude of power. Okay. How to calculate R? Square root of real square plus imaginary square. And how to calculate pi? Okay, then pi is equal to tan inverse of imaginary component by real component. What is imaginary? Q. Real component is P. How to convert rectangle to polar and polar to rectangular? Please go through the previous lectures. Okay, in module 1, class number 13 or 14, I might explain. Please go through that. You will get enough basics regarding how to convert rectangle to polar and polar to rectangular. And Calci operation also uploaded. You go to the playlist, okay, and you search Calci operations. Okay, guys. Now power factor. Now define power factor. Apply cos pi formula for this triangle. Okay, this divided by this now. So see, now you can calculate power factor by using power also. Okay. See how much power is consumed from the available total power. That ratio is nothing but power factor. So if it is having 1000 watt, if all 1000 watts is utilized, then the power factor is unity. Keep in mind, power factor never becomes more than 1. The power factor value ranges between 0 to 1. Okay. So make a note point. So guys, pause the video and then copy down all this. After completing this derivation, for equation 1, write a sentence. For equation, multiply both the sides by current. Write all these things. Stop it here. After that, put a heading power triangle. Write all this triangle, this equation, this, everything you write. Understood? Okay. Now I am erasing this. Pause the video and then copy down. So next 1 or 2 minutes we can finish this lecture. Few more technical terms are there. Okay. So guys, now derivation. That derivation is recommended to write in exam. Now I am explaining shortcut how to find total power. See guys, total power consumed in the circuit is equal to power consumed in resistor plus power consumed in inductor. We know that pure inductor never consumes power. Therefore, total power is power consumed in resistors only. Now, total power is, what is power in resistor? I square R. So, this I square I can write I into R. So, now what is I into R? Voltage across resistor. I into R is voltage across resistor. Now, draw the voltage triangle. VR, V, VL, angle pi. So from this I can write cos pi is equal to VR by VR divided by V. From that what I can write VR. VR is equal to what? V cos pi. So therefore total power is equal to power consumed. Sorry, not total. You just write power consumed in the circuit. But total power is apparent power. Okay. So what I can write VR? V cos pi. Now write in correct order. What you will get? Vi cos pi. So this is shortcut. Need not to remember any trigonometric formula. For that one, you should remember sin A sin B formula. Then keep on simplifying. Okay. Understood, guys? Okay. But if you write this, you will lose marks. So if they ask for 4 to 5 marks, you will get 2 marks if you done like this. Okay. But if you done earlier what I explained, that you will get full marks. That is recommended to write in exam. Worst case, if you forget, follow this method. That's it. Okay. Fine. See now, some technical terms we need to study. So that is very much required. Pause the video and then copy down. Before, when I was started to erase, if anything is want to copy, you can pause down. Okay. Pause it and then write. See guys, now note. Okay, note. Technical terms. Power factor. Power factor formula is cos pi. This is one formula. From impedance triangle, formula is what? R by Z. From voltage triangle, what is power factor formula? VR by V. From power triangle, what is the power factor formula? P by S. You must know all these equations, you are applying in problems. Okay, don't stick only R by Z, don't stick only cos pi. They might give data to find the power factor from other values, maybe voltage values or power values. Okay, so guys, write power factor definition. See, power factor is defined as the ratio of, please write down power factor. Okay, first definition. Define power factor means power factor is defined as the cosine of the angle between voltage and current. Cosine of the angle between voltage and current. That is first definition. Next, second definition you write. Power factor is defined as the ratio of true power to the apparent power. Power factor is defined as the ratio of true power to the apparent power. See, power factor, I can write it as what? True power divided by apparent power. A-P-P-A-R-E-N-T, apparent power. What is true power? Power consumed in the circuit, VI cos pi. What is apparent power? VI. VI cancel. What we got power factor? Cos pi. Okay, got it? So this is one technical term. Now we can define different types of power. So B, I will write here. Okay, B. First you write real power. Okay, different namings. Real power, true power. In problems they will ask so many names. All give same meaning. Real power, true power, useful power, okay, active power, and then average power. Active power and then average power. All gives, okay, same notation, P only, capital P. Okay, different namings. You must know all these names, which power they asked in problem to compute. Okay, so write the definition. The real component of apparent power is called active power. Okay, or true power. The real component of apparent power. Is called true power or active power. So and is given by power is equal to VI cos pi, and is given by power is equal to what? VI cos pi. And what is the unit of this power? Watts. SI unit is watts. If it is rating is increasing beyond 1000, represent in kilowatts. Still more increases, represent in megawatt. Again increases, okay, gigawatt. Okay, again increases terawatt. Okay, like that it powers increases. Next B over, then C. Okay, number C. Pause the video and replay it. You will get what I explained. Then C. Imaginary power. Okay, false power. Imaginary power, false power. Reactive power. Don't write inactive. Okay, write reactive power. Okay, then wasteful power. Okay, wasteful power. All are same meaning, denoted by Q. So, what is the definition? First term. The imaginary component of apparent power is called reactive power. Okay, the imaginary component of apparent power is called reactive power, and is given by Q is equal to VI sin pi, and is given by Q is equal to VI sin pi, and its unit is volt ampere reactive. Write small r. Volt ampere reactive. How to read this? Volt ampere reactive. Volt ampere reactive. That is a way to read that SI unit of reactive power. So next, number D, apparent power. APPARENT, apparent power or total power. Okay, denoted by letter S. Okay, denoted by letter S. So write out. It is defined as the product of RMS current and RMS voltage. It is defined as a product of RMS voltage and RMS current. You can vice versa, you can write, not an issue. Okay, it is defined as the product of RMS voltage and RMS current. Okay, and is given by S is equal to VI. Apparent power formula. S is what? VI. See guys, V and I all are RMS quantities, RMS value. Okay, and reactive power VI RMS value. What is pi? Angle between voltage and current. What is pi? Angle between voltage and current. Here no power factor. RMS voltage, RMS current. Okay, what is the unit of this? Volt ampere. SI unit of apparent power is volt ampere. Or if the ratings increases, you can write kilovolt ampere, or further megavolt ampere, gigavolt ampere, teravolt ampere. So like that you can increase it. Okay, understood guys? See, power factor is nothing but, so I am giving power to you 1 kilowatt. How much you are consuming? Okay, your power consuming depends on what type of device you have. Okay, what type of load you have. If you have a RL circuit, your power factor, okay, will be lesser than 1. Okay, it won't get 1. So depending on type of nature of the load you are using, if I give 1000 watts, you cannot utilize the 1000 watts. Okay, to operate the device, you require 1000 watt. I am giving that power. But the device is consuming 990 watts. It won't consume entire 1000 watts. It consumes lesser than 1000 watts. Remaining wattage getting wasted in the form of heat. Okay, that power is called reactive power. See, in domestic applications, reactive power is banned. Okay, but reactive power in power systems, it is a boon. Okay, it is God gift. So it is very much, we can inject the reactive power. So in power system, reactive power is very, very useful, and in domestic applications, reactive power is going to increase your electricity bill. Okay, fine. Because reactive power depends on nature of the load. What type of load? If you are using highly inductive load, your power factor will become less than 1. It may become 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 like that. But ultimately, at the end, the range of power factor is to 0 to 1. Viva question. In Viva they will ask, dear students, VTU students, Viva they will ask compulsory basic electrical lab, what is the range of the power factor? Irrespective of any circuit. Okay, any circuit, full or electrical applications, power factor range is 0 to 1 only. You won't get negative power factor. Power factor is positive only. So 0 to 1. Okay, got it? It won't go beyond 1. Okay. When you will get 0? Exactly inductive. Pure inductor will get power factor 0. When you will get unity? Purely resistive. Then you will get unity. But practical loads are not like that. It is having resistance as well as inductance. Okay. Very few cases we have capacitive loads. Okay. For capacitive loads, we does not have any such problems. For inductive loads, we have such problems. So guys, please click the bell icon to see the upcoming video notifications. Okay. Subscribe to my channel. Please give like once you watch my videos. If you are satisfied, please give like. Okay. Please, I request all the students watch the video with lot of patience. Okay. Don't forward. If you don't know anything, please watch it completely from first second to end second. Okay. 100% you will understand in a better way. You can teach to your friends also. Okay. Got it? Watch with patience. So don't keep the videos till the end. Before going to exam, I want to refer all the videos. Never ever do such mistakes. Watch the videos daily basis. Okay. Daily I will be uploading one or two, maximum 2 videos, minimum 1 video. Okay guys, so have a nice day. Meet you tomorrow with the series RC circuit. Bye bye. Please click the bell icon to see the video notifications.